Now I will start the words what is being written in this particular slide. You are able to see my slide, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to read this. Okay. And what is your understanding? You guys can tell me, and then I will repeat it. Okay. EDI, it's a short form of wording for an electronic data interchange. Okay. And it is a revolutionary method for a streamlining business process through electronic communication and data exchange between trading partners. Okay. So here the first sentence, what I am saying that, what it is saying, Murli, can you tell me what is the first sentence we are talking about? By that sentence, what is your understanding? Here, two things we need to capture. Okay, in this first sentence, two things. One is streamlining business process and data exchange between the trading partners. Okay, so electronic data interchange is nothing but there is some transactions you have to perform between the trading partners. Trading partners are nothing but they are called businesses. Okay, trading partners are nothing but businesses whoever performing. Okay, this business could be a transport business, could be a retail business, could be a hospital business, could be a pharmacy business, any kind of businesses it could be. Okay, like I will give you one example. You are an engineering student. Most of the people are degree students, right? Degree, engineering, any of things. And your college is running it. Is your college only dependent on the lecturers, or there are any other people are involving to run the college? Let's suppose, take an example. Murali is going to start a college. Okay, Murali, you are going to start a college. For this college, what are all the things you required to run the college?
To run the college, we need to select the place,
Hmm.
academic people, and staff regarding
Hmm.
the subject staff and the
Hmm.
what the all the scavengers, maintenance people, everything like principal and academic
Hmm.
principal like financial management and some other
Hmm.
school develop college development management, few different
Hmm.
categories we need to separate them.
Okay, so whatever you're talking is it's a people. Okay, you completely is talking about the people. Other
Yeah.
than people, they are still required. Okay, some
uh,
goods are
Module.
required. You required a chalks, you required a whiteboards, you required a lab materials, right? Yes or no?
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
who is going to provide these details? Who is going to supply you? There is someone who is running their businesses on the chalks. They are interacting with you to provide you the chalk pieces, right? They
yeah,
are going to dispatch you on a monthly basis or a weekly basis. Like you require the lab. There in the lab, you require so many conductors or so many devices which is being running out or they will burn out. So you need to replace them on a frequent basis. That is also one kind of supply, requesting someone to gather those details. Correct? Yes or
yeah,
no?
yeah,
So
right.
all these things you have to interact them on a frequent basis. So when you are trying to interact them on a frequent basis, okay, let's suppose we don't have a computers, we don't have anything. How you are going to reach out them? either through papers or by sending a mail to them. Mail in the sense, my meaning is through the postal services, by sending them and collect the informations, and once they give the response and you will say I need this XY things. It's all postal communications which you are making it. By doing all these things, somewhere you lost some postal activities. You are forgetting to make a note of details, what are all the materials you may require. So those things you are trying to streamline them, everything you are computerized. Okay, so whenever a particular item is missing, you are going to calculate how many quantity I required on a computer itself, so that my computer is going to talk with them on the required timelines. Okay, so such kind of interaction, such kind of streamlining, such business processes. So that's where this particular EDI is coming into picture. Now, coming back to one more example. Okay, coming back to one more example. Let's Kuldeep. Okay, Kuldeep, you are going to start a hospital. Okay, you are going to start a hospital. To run the hospital, what are all the different needs you required?
I would require the medicines,
Hmm,
gloves,
hmm,
right, and devices,
hmm.
thermometers, so all that stuff, jackets.
Yes. Along with that, you require some diagnostic system, right?
Correct.
Apps
Mm,
where you have to do some scannings, you need to perform some X-rays, or you need to do
mm,
some blood
mm,
test. There is a
correct.
separate
Machines.
department, right?
Yeah.
So that department machines you may require. And
Mm,
second category, some people are coming with the insurances for the operations. Some people
mm,
are trying to do some medications through the insurances. You have
mm,
to support them, correct?
mm, correct.
So such all this, these are the different departments, they are not related to hospital, but still they are supporting us. They are supporting us. We are giving the business to them, along we are growing. Okay, such people we call them as a trading partners. Okay, now you guys
Yeah.
understand what is trading partners. Trading partners are the ones who are growing along with us, and they are helping us to grow our business. Okay, got it guys? Shall I repeat that?
Yeah, yeah, we
Yes,
got it.
Yes, I will repeat.
little bit. Okay, so now I'm coming back to one more case. How many of you know Chroma or Bajaj Electronics or Reliance Digital, or even if you consider Flipkart or Amazon? So who are all
Yeah,
they,
we have an idea of the
right?
e-commerce website.
So they are e-commerce people, and they are making the businesses with the multiple companies, multiple
Can
vendor
you hear me now?
systems. Yes, I can hear you. Who's
Okay.
this?
Yeah. So there's some issue with my. Okay. Yeah. Please go ahead. Yeah. I will. If I have any question, I will ask. Unmute and ask. Okay.
Yeah, sure. So such people, they are growing their businesses with us. At the same time, they are giving the business for us. Okay. So such people, we call them as a trading partners. Okay. So here, now let's consider Flipkart scenario. Flipkart is making business with a lot of people. They are selling mobiles of Vivo, MI, Apple, Samsung, Motorola, all such people, they are making their businesses. If a person is trying to search a particular mobile with a 5G, how it is displaying all the Motorola devices as well as Samsung devices or Apple devices. I just searched for a phone with a 5G, but it is trying to collect the informations from different vendors, and it is going to display for us with the real time pricing. how it is happening. So here, so to collect all such informations, if I want to interact each individual, it may take time. Okay, for that, this EDI process, okay, our EDI, which is streamlined business process, what it is done is, at the back end, we already connected with those vendors and we implemented a processes. Okay, if a person is searching for this, so collect some kind of information, collect some kind of data. Okay, I'm just collecting data. How I am collecting? I am requesting something. I am requesting a data stating that I want a phone with a 5G, whatever support you at your vendor company, provide those details. So I'm getting a response back. It's a data exchange. Okay. Flipkart is making a data exchange with the Motorola, with the Samsung, with the LG, with the Apple. So all those vendors, we have been enabled a link. That link so called electronic data interchange. Okay, got it, guys? This is Flipkart, and these are all multiple vendors. Okay, so what I am trying to do, I just trying to collect an information from these people. Okay, so what kind of information here I am trying to do? If it is, let's suppose, a phone, I am trying to stating that I require a phone with 5G. So then this information is being, this data has been published to this particular guy. Okay, let's suppose, so this is a Samsung. So what Samsung will do? It's stating that Samsung A14, I'm just giving, I don't know whether those are M15 or S4, S14. So like that, some details it is going to share. At the same time, Motorola is going to give the details like G15, G34, or Edge 50. Some kind of information is going to pass to me. So what is all these things? These are the data which is going to push to us. Okay, right, guys? So that link, this particular link is our EDA. Okay, so what it is doing, electronically, I am sending a data with the multiple interchanges. Okay, so that's so called, this is EDI. Interchange is nothing but it's a two-way communication. So whenever we say two-way communication, so two-way communication is called as a interchange. Got it, guys? What is an EDI?
Yes, electronic data
EDI,
interchange.
electronic data interchange, that is going to help us to streamline our businesses and to collect data from other trading partners. And why we are using only for the trading partners? Why not for our real-time activities? Like, why can't we use it as a email purposes? Why can't we use for minimal communications? Why we are specifically calling for trading partners? Okay, so here electronic data interchange is can be used for minimal purpose also, but here what we are doing is, whatever whatever minimal process we have, like we have API gateways, we have like email communications. By utilizing them only, we implemented the EDI process. EDI is not a complete new tool, or EDI is not something a bigger one. Okay, so whatever we have Java, whatever we have an email communication channels like SMTP, whatever we have, API gateways. Okay, so by merging all those things, I want to send a large data. Okay, like I wanted to send a large data. For such cases, I'm using this EDI. Okay, so this second wording, if you look at my second sentences, EDI enable businesses to automate routine transactions. Okay, what it is going to do for interacting between the two trading partners whenever you are making a routine transactions. Okay, here very important thing is routine transactions. Okay, like here example is stating that I'm always looking for phone with 5G. Okay, always my search is phone with 5G with the all different vendors. So such scenarios, I require the EDI. My EDI will help you to automate it. So whenever a person is keying in, automatically in the backend, I know a particular process which is trying to collect information about this. Okay, like if you click on the buy now, and buy now is a different action, correct? And if you do add to cart, that is a different action. And you're selecting address, that is a different action. Okay, so each individual there is a different actions we are going to perform. For each and every action I'm going to perform, I'm going to automate my system at the backend. Got it, guys? And like one more example I have, let's consider, take example of yeah, college scenario. In college, the lecturers are going to use every month 50 boxes of chalk pieces. Okay, every month they are going to use 50 packets of chalk pieces. Okay, so every month you have to send a mail to your chalk paste vendor stating that I required this 50 packets of chalk pieces. This is a repeat job. So what you are going to do for that? What is the solution from your end? Every
Auto
time
email.
the administrator is going to request 50 check pieces to them. So now what you are going to do? Auto email. Correct? How you will do auto email?
We can pre-text the mail and we can repeat the same text every time.
Right? You need to schedule it, right?
Yeah.
Schedule with this, but certain like 31st night or 30th night, it has to publish. Right? This is one case. Now come to the second case. You don't know when the check pieces are going to complete it, but whenever this particular teacher is using a chalk piece box or opening a new chalk piece box, they need to enter a value in my Excel sheet. Okay, so like that I want to keep a threshold value, like whenever it reaches 50 packets are completed, immediately it has to publish a mail. This is a second method, correct? So such
Yes.
automation, yeah, such
Small law.
automations we can perform over here. Okay, these are all repetitive tasks. They are not defined ones, they are not ad hoc ones. Okay, ad hoc is nothing but when on required, not ad hoc one. So such routine transactions we can automate. And what is meant by eliminating manual process? So here I'm not going to the vendor and I'm not requesting them. My system itself is going to take that action. Okay,
So,
so
Sai,
by
one
that,
question I have.
yes, yes, please.
Yeah. So as a part of this, like EDI, what all activities we are supposed to perform? Like as you mentioned, we send the we actually perform different transactions between the trading partners, right? So suppose we are sending
Yes.
orders, purchase orders, and other things. So normally,
Yes.
what all areas we have to focus on? I mean, I understood the example which you are explaining and giving different scenarios, but I think as a part of this, as a EDI consultant, what all activities we will be doing?
Yeah. So I'm going to those things. I'm just giving briefing of EDI. Okay. And I giving
Okay.
some examples. Okay. Still our demo is still more is there. I'm going to come to that point. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Definitely I will cover your answer. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I want to understand that
Yes.
uh,
I'm coming to that.
area
I'm
so
coming.
that yes.
Here,
Okay. Sure.
here as of now in the first slide of it, I'm just talking about what is an EDI. Okay. How with the trading partner example I have considered and how it is going to help us. That is what I'm going to take it. Okay. In the next slides, I'm going to take it, and our demo is not going to complete in half an hour or 45 minutes. The more what you learned, and then only it will going to start. Okay. I will give you in depth of EDA now. So here, and one more thing is I'm only talking about the transactions. I'm not talking about purchases or something. Okay, there are n number of transactions we are going to handle, and what all those transactions are getting involved from different channel wise also we will take it. Okay, right? Okay, so here with this EDI we are going to achieve automation of routine transactions and elimination of manual process that will provide the efficiency and accuracy and cost savings. Okay, these are the ones which we are going to achieve with the EDA. Now here again, what is meant by EDA has given an a clear picture. It is a computer to computer. So EDI eliminates the manual data entry and it will reduce errors and accelerate the processing times. And it will concentrate on the focuses of business data, which exchanging meaningful data. So here meaningful data is relevant to your routine data. Whenever there is a routine transactions and it has some meaningful activity and that can be automated. That is the key for us to implement the CDA. So how the standardized format? Okay, so what is meant by standardized format is nothing but, so here in this example we said that uh, as a Flipkart I'm interacting with Samsung, Motorola, Apple and different devices at different vendors, and all these vendors are not only at India, they are from the different countries. Might be someone is from Korea, Samsung is from Korea, and Motorola is from Japan, or Apple is from US. Okay, they have their own languages, they will use their own format how they want to collect the data. So that is will valid for us to send a different formats from one place. I just looking for phone with 5G. So if I want to send information to Samsung, I want to send 5G with a phone. I want to send a data to Motorola stating that a phone with a 5G and XYZ things, and Apple it's only I required 128 GB phone. Such differentiation I don't want to provide. If I say phone with 5G, all has to provide the same information. Correct? From here, I need to send only one data, and this data to be published into multiple vendors. They all should accept it. Okay, so such acceptance by all the vendors, that is we are considering as a standardized format. So EDI utilizes universally accepted standards. There is a committee, and that committee is stating that whenever you are sending a data to particular trading partners, you need to send a particular format. Okay, they have streamlined it, they have accepted it. Okay, universal. So such format only we will use while implementing the EDI. Okay, right? Understood, guys?
Yeah, yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So with this EDI, what happened before EDI is nothing but there is a manual data entry. There are paper documents which we need to be captured. There is a we have to bear, and whenever we have collected the information, where we are collecting the data in a paper documents, that paper documents again you need to re-enter at your end. So you need to keep the data with you, right? So if there is some fire happened, those paper documents are being uh, demolished or they are not there. Okay, so such cases you are going to lose the data. Okay, so to avoid all those things, we are coming to this revolutionary method where we are using EDI. Okay, so with the EDI we are going to achieve an automated exchange data, and we are performing a standardized format and a faster transactions. Okay, how these faster transactions are coming into, like, so here I'm trying to collect the data from all these vendors at a one time. I'm communicating, and immediately through the computerized technology we are going to receive the data immediately with the channels whatever we are using. Okay, that is how you are going to get. Now before going to EDA process, I just wanted to address the question from uh, what's your name? Sorry, is it Mr. Hello?
Yeah, Pratik.
Pratik. Yes, Pratik.
Yes.
Come to your question. What kind
Yeah. So
of,
mhm.
yes, what kind of transactions we are going to perform by using EDA? Okay, this is your question, right?
Yeah. So not just transactions, like so I know like what kind of transactions we perform, but I want to
Hmm.
understand to set up that process. What are the activities we are supposed to do? I mean, so yeah, that's what I want to understand.
Yeah, that's a deeper question which you are asking. Okay,
Okay, so I'm
fine.
not,
But
yeah, I'm not asking you to
fine.
cover in
Yeah,
detail, but at least give me a
yes,
like,
yes,
yeah, idea.
yes.
Okay.
I'm going to cover it. I'm going to cover it.
Yeah, so that I want to understand what you will be teaching as a part of this course and
Oh,
how much of a benefit I will be getting as a part of this course, so that I can decide and
definitely,
uh, go ahead with this.
definitely.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank
Now
you.
let's take this and a new one. We'll take one example and then only we will cover it. Okay, like as I said, we are going to set up a hospital. Okay, let's consider the scenario of hospital. Okay, this is an hospital we are going to set up. Okay, so for this hospital setup, my first question to Monica, what are the things you felt it is required?
In terms of equipment or transactions.
In terms of not transactions, equipments and people.
Okay. People coming to maintenance staff and um, major doctors, professionals and maintenance staff.
Okay, let's
Um,
that. Yes, I'm coming. Maintenance people. Okay, maintenance and
professionals,
doctors
doctors,
and the
diagnostic
professional
specialists,
diagnostic specialist.
um, and as it is a hospital nurse to serve. I don't know which
Nurses.
department under this
Yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah, fine. No worries.
Um,
Hmm.
that's It manpower includes, that's it, I think.
Okay. Next.
Then coming to equipment, we need a basic medical shop. Whenever doctor gives a prescription, we need to buy the medicine. So we need a pharmacy, and diagnostic equipment is required. And for doctors to operate, we need an OT and separate. I mean, the basic equipment for the general ward or ICU.
That's it.
Yeah.
So now comes to Pratik. What else we required? This is all enough.
Sorry, as a part of what exactly? I mean, you're asking what all different components required to work
I want
for the
to run
hospital
a
to.
hospital. I want to run a hospital.
Mhm.
So what are
Okay,
all things?
so first thing would be the basic infrastructure for hospital, which is very different from all the different kind of buildings. It will be different. Then the equipments, doctors, and nurses, and whatever other staffs member required as a part of that. Ambulances, like vehicles, and some different kind of vehicles. Apart from that, maybe they need computer systems to maintain the details of the patients and other details. And the other basic requirement as a part of the building infrastructure to run smoothly, like whatever is required, like electricity and water supply and other things.
Okay, right. Now let's consider all these things. Okay. This maintenance doctors, professionals, diagnostics specialists, and nurses. How you are making the payments to them? You have to make the payments to them, right? Either it could be monthly basis or it could be a contract. Somewhere you need to keep the data. Do you agree?
Yes.
So these things are going to cover in most of the times in your SAP system. Okay, ERP system we call it as. Okay, how many people know the ERP system? Or let's forget about SAP also. Let's consider it as a computer which is going to handle the details of the doctors. Okay. At the same time, now pharmacy. In pharmacy, you require lot of medicines. Okay, pharmacy is a department. Pharmacy is a department which is going to handle the medicines. Okay, this is going to handle the medicines. Right? Yes or no, Pratik? And then we have a diagnostic. Now I have a
Sai, one question here.
yes,
I think we need EDI here for different departments also, right? To send the information.
yes, yes.
Maybe
That's what
like the
I'm
hospital where the patients are there, and maybe the department where medicines are there, and things like that, right?
that's the reason I'm just separating, right?
Yeah. Okay.
That's the reason I'm separating all these things. Hmm?
Okay.
And
So you're
then
trying to cover the
yes,
internal transactions, basically the
yes,
transactions which is happening between in the same company but different departments.
yeah, I'm coming to that one only. Okay,
Yeah, no, I'm
I
just trying
think
to understand.
you
Like,
are
yeah, yeah.
you are already part of EDI consultant. You may know much more, but whereas other people around, okay,
Yeah,
they
definitely.
know
Sure, sure.
less about. For I want to cover them also. Okay, you might be quicker learner by this, but there are other people, they have to understand the things. Okay,
Sure.
so here your front end. So, and so now what we have done is we have established a hospital, and here I have made separate teams of each individual department. Okay, so these departments are trying to connect internally with our hospital. Okay, so what is their job individually? Okay, here I am trying to cover. What is this front end team is nothing but whenever you go to hospital, there is a reception area, right? At the receptions, once you make the payment, you are trying to make a payment or you are trying to take an OP, okay, with the doctor. So they will give you a file and they will give you with the details. They will generate an unique number for you for registration and all. Correct? For that, what are all the things they are required? This front end team, what are all the things they require? Again, I'm dividing their needs.
like serial number of regard maintenance of serial numbers in the
So
hospital.
they required a
How many?
computer. Okay, to generate these things, they required a computer, they required a printer, right? They required a paper, pen, and what else they required? Cash. Right? Right, guys? Yes or no?
Yeah, yes.
Right. So these are the details. They required it. Guys, might be I am very slow and I am trying to cover most of the things in this. So here I just trying to establish the complete structure of how a business is going to make. Okay. Now, to get all this paper, they have to capture all the informations in the computer. And for that, they have to make the billings and all. So again, from here, it is internally connected to the SAP. Agree? SAP is your biller who is the financially looking at your complete hospital structures. Okay, so to get an a papers, so to get a pens, okay, or to get the payments for this front end team, all those things they are going to collect from this people. Okay, right? Understood? Now
Yes.
again, this SAP or computer, what is they required? The billing team. So basically, this SAP or computer is not a billing team. They again need to interact with the another department. Okay, they have to connect with another department, and that department is going to handle people's data. They are going to collect the people's here. People's are nothing but the doctors, the professionals, all the information, people's data, equipment data. So some Arabindo is delivering paracetamol. Okay. So someone is delivering another items like Galaxy. So these are the different pharmacy companies who is making their medicines, and those are all being utilizing in our company. So whenever those medicines are completing, those medicines are getting closed, I need to interact these people. Yes or no? Right?
Yes. Yeah, right.
Right. Then comes to diagnostic component. So whenever comes to diagnostic equipments, X-rays are delivered by Nokia. X-ray is delivered by Nokia company, and the MRI scans are delivered by Xerox company. Okay, and some other equipments are delivered by Samsung. Okay, the films are generated by one more company called Coral. So these are different companies who are delivering your diagnostic equipments. Okay, right? So I need to interact with these people. Ambulances. Ambulances again from different departments. Okay, I'm trying to start a quicker. So here internally for hospital itself, we are trying to reach out these many people to enable your business. Okay, so now you have to make your transactions between these people. So the purpose at my end, let's suppose comes to Pratik one. Let's suppose Pratik is a SAP guy. Okay, he is at the SAP or billing department. What are the activities you are thinking, Pratik? What you will have? What is the
Sorry, could you
job
please
you
repeat
are
the
trying
question?
to? You are under a billing department.
Yeah.
You are under a billing department.
Yeah, I'm actually at the
What
billing
kind of
department. Okay.
informations you required?
So customer information, what all things they have purchased and what
Yes,
price was given. So
yes,
sometimes we get these details from different departments and yeah.
correct. So, as a billing department guy, you need to collect the customer info and customer billing details. Same time, you are the ones who are making the salaries for the doctors. So you need to collect all the doctors' bank details and their relevant salaries details. Correct? Not only doctors, I'm saying that for all the professionalists or the diagnostic specialists or the nurse. So all informations you need to keep it at your end, right? And tomorrow there is a audit happens. The audit person is going to talk to you only. They are not going to talk to any of the other departments. Correct? Agree?
Yes.
So here your job is to collect this informations. Now how you are going to collect this informations? From here you are going to get the customer info. How their customer has been billed. How from where you are going to collect? That
Customer
is from your
info.
front end team. Your front
Yeah.
end team is going to provide the customers info and their billing details. And the pharmacy medicines, how much sold out and how much has been done, from where you are going to get? From the medicines department. Okay, right?
Yes.
Okay, so here as a centric person, billing department, you want a data from your front end team, from your medicines team. If these two people are going to send the same data to you,
No, I
are they
think
going
different
to?
data.
So it's a different data you are going to come. So whenever the medicines department, the pharmacy team is going to interact with you, how they will have to interact? These are the number of products. These are the number of medicines which was sold by our pharmacy, and these each individual product cost is this much. This is the profit, not profit. This is the what costing has happened, and these are the leftovers, and this is the final costing for them. So such kind of informations medicines department has to provide you. What is a front end team is going to send to you? They are going to send you, this is the customer and he has done this with OP with this doctor, and this is the pricings for them, right?
Yeah.
So each department wise also you are going to collect different data. At the same time, while you are making the payments to the doctors, you need to collect different bank details and different transactions from the different banks you need to interact, correct?
Yes.
So in the overall, here I just wanted to convey is that each department wise there is a multiple transactions you need to perform. You are not strict to a particular one transaction I am going to perform, or one particular activity I am going to perform. Here in the EDI also, we are need to make enablement of all these things in the EDI structures. So each and every transactions you are going to, if I am connecting with the front end team, what are all the details I required? I'm going to standardize it. I'm going to standardize it. I need a customer name. I need a customer registration number. I need a customer all OP details with the how many doctors he has interacted. What is the doctor fees we are charging to them? The customer address, right? His medical behavior. All such informations I want to each individual transactions level. I'm going to collect it. Okay, whenever I am connecting with the medicines department, so what are all the medicines are available, what is their pricing, how much medicines are completed for the last one day or last 1 week, last 1 month, different reports you are going to collect it. And whenever you collect the data you are going to provide another action. Okay, so each and every action there is a EDA transaction is being enabled. So here one more example is I'm going to show you. Okay, so in this EDA process, let's suppose I'm going to make a purchase. Okay, I'm going to perform a purchase activity. To get a purchase of particular product, these are the different steps getting involved. One is request for quote. What is this request for quote is nothing but, let's suppose Babu Rao is entering to a particular mall, or he went to Bajaj Electronics. Whenever he entered to the Bajaj Electronics, the people around him has approached him, what is you are looking for, what you are looking for. Okay, then Babu Rao say I am want a fridge. Okay, then what is the second question he is going to get? How much liters of fridge you are looking for? Are you looking for a double door, or you are looking for a single door? What kind of fridge you require? Correct? Yes or no? So whenever I address to it, then they are going to share you a quotation stating that these are the fridges available, and those fridges are with the different costings and all. And whenever we are satisfied with the one of the product which has been displayed after the quotation, one of the product we are satisfied, then what we will do, we are going to purchase that product, right? That purchase order is nothing but we are trying to, I want this particular product, we are giving a commitment. And then once you give the commitment, they will say, okay sir, we are going to commit this product to you, and this product will be delivered to you. Here two ways, as it's a larger product, you are going to get it by home delivery or somewhere you are going to collect it. Okay, for that you have to get a ship notice. Once you get the ship notice, then you are going to make the payment. then you are going to make the payment. Okay, so the payment has collected by the account receivables. So these are the different transactions which are getting involved for each individual. And in the quotation, the Bajaj Electronics guy will give one quotations, and you will go to the Chroma. There is another quotation you will get, and you go to the Reliance Digital, one more quotation. Vijay Sales, one more quotation. So here, my request, I want to. So it's a walk-in. Whenever you do walk-in, it's a one particular company only you will achieve. But whereas if I go to Flipkart, I may get multiple products. Or if I wanted to connect with multiple Chroma, digital, everyone, I wanted to interact at only at once. So then I will enter to my computer, and from my computer I will make a transactions to all these people by my standardized format, so that multiple replies I may receive. Right? Getting, guys? If you guys lost it, just tell me. So here
We are
induce.
getting it, no problem.
Yeah. So now here for each and every step, like request for quote means what kind of information I need to push. If I am getting a quotation, how my computer need to read it. My computer has to read it, right? Whatever quotation they are sending. So for that also in my system, I have standardized. If I want to send it, you want to send in this format so that my system can read it. Okay, if I am sending purchase order also have a certain format, acknowledgement also have a certain format. So such formats is called as standardized format, how you are accepting it. Okay, so such formats, how it has to perform, that is defined by the standards. Okay, in this EDI standards, we are making the rules, we are converting them, and we will document them how you are going to accept it. Okay, so that standardized formats are being agreed by the universal committees. They are saying that you have to provide this particular standards only. So what are the committees we have, what are the different committees, how they are implementing? So here some of the committees, how they are handling this. Okay, so UN or EDIFACT, this is a United Nations, and this particular company is stating for retailers and for international trading purpose, they have implemented a business standard how we need to publish the document. They have defined their documentation. At the same time, there is another company called ANSI X12 company. This is also very predominant in North America, and this is being used for their domestic trading purpose. They have implemented it. And TRADACOMS, this is a majorly we are using in the UK retail industry. They are using their own standards for supply chain operations, like for retail operations and all. Most of the UK companies are using the TRADACOMS, and ODT is another one, and this is being used by European motive industry, and they are utilizing this particular standards for the vehicle information exchanging purposes. So based on your requirement, based on your needs, okay, you are going to work on this particular standard committees approved data formats. Okay, so for our course purpose, we are using the ANSI X12, which is the retail industry one, and which is being using at the most of the North America zones. Okay, this particular ANSI X12 related transactions and all those standards we are going to learn in our course. Okay, so by learning EDI and all, what you are going to achieve? The futuristic way. EDI can be adaptable by cloud. It can be provide a huge or large data interchange between the trading partners, and it is easily interact with our ERP systems. ERP systems are enterprise resource planning systems. These are developed by SAP, Oracle, Microsoft. These are the n number of companies are there. We are interacting with them to pass our data informations to them. Okay, and it has more security also. Okay, so what individually we are going to learn in our EDA course content? Okay, let me tell you in our EDA course content what you are going to learn. So in this EDA course you are going to understand the concept of EDA. It is introduction to EDA. Whatever we just explained, all those things is going to repeat, and you will more understanding of EDI, what is the significances on different business zones, and how it is implemented. And then comes to your standards, like as I said, ANSI, XUL, Uni, EDIFACT, and what is those comparisons, and all those things you are going to learn in the EDA standards. And for to run this EDA, what are the different components is getting involved inside of it, that is also you are going to learn, like what is an EDA, messages or transaction sets, what are the envelopes, what is the acknowledgements, what are the protocols are getting involved, the communication channels, what is the AS2, SFTP, WANs, what is all those things that you are going to discuss. And now mapping is nothing but you have your own data, and how that own data is converting into the standardized data, how other people are going to send it, so how we are interacting, that mapping mechanisms you are going to learn. Here is our tool is coming into picture, which is IBM Sterling B2B Integrator, and that tool we are going to explain you what is the map editor tool, and how we will perform this mappings and all, that will be taking care in our EDA mapping. This is the key one of our course. And then we are going to talk about the Sterling integrated dashboard from the front end point of view. From the front end, how you are going to handle it. So comes to Monica, as you want a development kind of things, so you need to learn under this EDA mappings. And Pratik, as you want to improve your career on this aspects and all, so here we are going to show you the complete end-to-end structure of a particular person, what he is going to perform the activity, that we are going to learn in this particular.
Sai, will we get access to Sterling Integrator to try it?
Yes, there is a you can interact via IT team. They will provide you all the details, and there is a tool also they will provide you.
So
Okay,
that
how they
that
are going to
access is
provide?
available free
Yes,
of cost, or
that is taken care by them. You can interact
okay,
with them.
okay, got it.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah, you just connect with them. They will address you, right? And then their implementations, integrations, all those things you are going to talk about in our course. This is the complete EDI course content. Okay.
So what's the practical that you are going to cover?
As I said, yeah, that's what. As I said, I am trying to cover the first three things. Okay. Till this EDI components, this is a complete theoretical. Okay. And then EDA mapping and EDA dashboard, EDA implementation, EDA integration, all these things are practical ones we are going to do by ourselves to run the process, and till the execution part will be covered in the practical sessions.
So
That is I'm going to cover.
do you have any transactions in mind that you think you are
Yes,
going to cover?
we have a transactions, what we have, and all those transactions, whatever majorly we cover is all about 850, 856, and 204, 214. Okay, so different ones we are going to cover to give you understanding of the executions. Okay, because as I said, area is a vast technology and it is being implemented in the different department side. Okay, so we are only going to cover as a ANSI X12 as a retail industry, we are going to cover a few transactions.
So,
Okay.
Sai, are you also covering 8, 10 as a part of this?
That's what, as I said, whatever been feasible, we are going to cover all of them.
Okay,
Okay.
so more or less,
So
like the mapping would be slightly different, but the concept which you will teach that will be
yes,
applicable, right? In different.
that will be
Yeah,
applicable for all the transactions. Okay.
yeah, because there are,
Uh,
yeah.
At the
yeah, and
theoretical side, I am going to brief you multiple transactions briefing. Their mapping briefing also I will provide you. Okay. Practical side, we will take only few transactions to cover it up. Okay. Right.
and also, Sai, will you provide a brief explanation of certificates? It's like AS2 certificates.
Yes,
Um,
that is
uh,
part of
yeah,
here. You can see
yeah,
we
yeah,
are
yeah, and
exploring
also
all the
setups,
commissioning
EDI
protocols
setup for
and best.
different trading partners.
That is covering here in your EDI integrations. We are going to
Okay,
cover how to perform the AS2 setup, SFTP setup. Okay.
okay,
So
yeah,
here you can see in our ASI dashboard. Here you are going
hmm,
to learn about the B2B integrator dashboard, learning
okay,
about the trading partner setup, protocol setup,
hmm,
mapping
hmm,
deployments, and running
okay,
your BPML process. These are the
okay,
things is going to cover. Okay.
okay, okay.
And I think one more person has.
So who will provide the price details, the cost of the
That's the
course?
VRIT team is going to. Right. So these are the what your career paths in EDA. Okay. As few are already EDA analyst, and there is a second level is EDA developer, consultant, and manager. These are the four major roles you are going to do in your EDA career. Okay. In the EDA analyst role, you are responsible for designing, implementing, and maintaining of EDA systems. Okay. So we are going to work with the different departments to understand the business needs and develop solutions to improve their efficiency. So EDA developer, where Monica is looking at. Monica is going to maintain the mappings and the data is correctly exchanged between the trading partners. So we are going to work with the different platforms. We are going to work with the Sterling Integrator. We are working with the ERP systems. We will work with the AS2 platform. We are working with the mailing systems. So we are going to implement the EDA solutions as a developer. The consultants are the advice for the companies. What is the best EDA strategy will help to improve our business process, that will be taken care by our EDA consultants.
Uh,
Okay.
Sai,
These three,
one
yeah,
one question here as a part of EDI
yes.
consultant. Can you give like one or two example, like what strategy you are referring to here? Like as you
Like,
mentioned, they will give some advice, right? So what kind
yes.
of advice?
See, it's a like here for your consultant purpose. I am just giving as a consultant. There is a new business people. you are going to interact. Like till now you have implemented your Sterling integration for your company with an X company. Tomorrow you approach it to Y company, and that Y company is still struggling with the manual processing. Okay, for their some kind of business purpose. So there, how you are going to act on it? What you are going to do?
Um, so are you referring to like what sort of transactions they should implement?
Yes.
That's what.
What kind of transactions they can, already they are doing a manual job. So you need to guide them. You need to guide them to convert into their EDA technologies. Okay. Like another examples, there are certain cases they have only implemented 850 for your company. Okay. You
Okay.
implemented 850, but still 810 they are still doing the manual. Okay, so there you
Hmm.
need to guide them to how they wanted to convert to 810 also into this. And while converting, it's a not conversion, we call it as a migration, right? For that migration purpose, what are the different strategies they have to follow? The migration strategies you need to provide.
So strategy.
And
Okay. So the one which you're referring to, that's what I do. Like I suggest them, like initially they move to 850 and then uh, they move to 810, and later we suggest, okay, it's at a good time to go to 856 as well. But when you refer to strategies, so I don't know like what
yeah,
strategy.
now comes,
Mhm.
that's what, now comes to the second part, strategies part. Today strategy is not only referring to one particular activity. So might be in their 810 transactions there are unwanted things they are passing out,
Okay,
unwanted
that's what
data
you're
they are
saying.
passing. You have to deep dive. Okay, you need to strategize, or there is a one more component getting involved in between which may not required. If you could like example I will give you, today they are sending the data to database, and from that database there is another particular person is interacting, and tomorrow the database is going to demolish, they are not going to be available. How going you are going to give your strategy thinking?
I'll tell them like
today
so I can give you
today
a current.
database is there, today database
Mhm.
is there, and that is
Okay.
still running in a old fashioned way. So you need to guide them where you can implement this particular database insertion and all. Instead of that, why can't we call directly an API process where you can simplify your process, where you can run the business in lesser time? Such strategies you need to build, and you need to optimize their businesses. Hmm? There could be certain situations like every time whenever they are making the data there are some additional data they are passing out. You need to minimize it.
Yeah, that's one of the big problem, because what
Yes.
happens sometimes they try to pass everything, and some of
Yes.
the components. So I think mapping becomes an important factor, because it depends on how
Correct.
we map things, right? Sometimes they try to
Correct.
pass something which might not be required at the other end, and unnecessarily it gets into error many
That's what.
times.
So there, that is where you are failing. Okay. So whenever you are giving a guidance, whenever you are giving a solution, that to be considered an end to end. Okay, one component is accepting it, another component is not accepting, right? Why that other component is not accepting? There could be certain reasons, that reasons you need to capture it. You need to identify them to make your business growth. Okay, so there implement your optimization. Why you are not accepting it? What is your problem? They give n number of answers for you, but if you are judging something, if you are strategizing it, you have to stick to it. You need to convince them to do it. Okay. And whenever from the customer's point of view or from your client perspective, you are saying that they are sending one time all the data, they are not sending the data a certain period. So what is your expectations there? Are you expecting all details, or you're expecting only few details? And Pratik, I'm asking you.
So yeah. So what happens? Like so, as long as it is going smoothly, there is no error. They're okay. But when it gets stuck, then we reach out to them and ask them, okay, do you really need this? So they mention not most of the time they don't need that. So then we
Mhm.
try to just remove that so that it doesn't fail.
So here is a
So
problem. So here is a problem is, so what is meant by smooth process?
so some so as okay, so let me put it this way. Certain field values in many scenarios it doesn't get a value. So
Hmm,
when they try to pass, it goes as a blank or maybe it goes as a different value, and it will fail
hmm,
the message, right?
hmm,
So we then we try to discuss with the user and tell them, okay, do you need this information all the time or in some scenarios? Then they say,
hmm.
okay, we don't need this in all the scenarios, but we do need it in few scenarios. So then we size them, okay, in if you don't need it in, like, suppose 80 like 8 70 to 80% of the scenarios, then let's not send it. When you need it, then it is a better approach to fail those messages instead of failing the other message, right?
So that's
So
a
will
bigger
we have
mistake. As a consultant, that is a bigger mistake. What we are going to do here. Okay.
Mhm.
So whenever a few are scenarios when they required it, we need to capture those scenarios. Okay. When they say fewer scenarios, what is those scenarios they are looking for? Okay. We need to capture those scenarios, and are those scenarios are part of your existing smooth process or not. You need to identify that. Okay, so whenever identify this particular fewer cases, you can automate it. Okay, whenever this particular field comes, check the scenario. If this scenario is a valid scenario, you need to pass it to the other end with that particular scenario value. Okay, so that the complete system will get enabled. You, because if something is failed, again you need to act as a manual job. That is not a improvement process. You need to improve, you need to
Mhm.
consider that opportunity, right?
Yeah. Maybe
So
maybe we actually don't make that as a mandatory, so that even if it
yes,
doesn't get a value, it will pass. Yeah.
it will pass. So such cases, you as a consultant, you need to deep dive. What is the issues there? What is the solutions you want to give? Okay. And not only that, now like example, one more case. Today we are running with IBM Sterling Integrator. Tomorrow the AI is coming into part of it, and the AI has been implemented by an other tool called Informatica. Okay, so then you have to guide your team. Initially your system itself has to upskill, right?
Sorry. Can you
Once
please repeat that point? So are you telling they are going to use a different tool in the future as
definitely
integrator?
everyone is going to use different tools.
Okay, so there might be like upskilling or maybe kind
Yes.
of integration or upgrade projects would be coming in from that perspective.
Yes, from that perspective, you have to bring projects to your company.
Okay. Hmm.
See, today or long back, you might have Gentron.
Yeah, it
Okay,
was long back. Yes.
Gentron,
Many
yes,
companies are not
Gentron
using that
is
now.
there.
Okay.
And now companies are migrated to IBM Sterling Integrator,
IBM,
and
because
to
that's a better option. Mhm.
yeah, some other companies are using Boomi, Dell Boomi. Some companies are using Informatica, right? So you
So, are
have
you
to
talking about the future or is it already happening in the market?
already
Like,
happening in the market. You need to happening in the sense, currently the major companies are moving to IBM Sterling Integrator. Okay,
yes.
where IBM is already been integrating with the AI and other communication channels, so that is supportive now. Okay, tomorrow you may not be stick to the IBM Sterling in IBM Sterling Integrator itself. You need to deep dive what is being there, what is going to become in future. You have to look into that. Okay,
Hmm.
So I'm only talking about from the consultant perspective. Okay.
Okay.
As a consultant, what is your motto to be? How you need to think about all these things. So what is our strategies? What we need to do it? Okay. So all these things you need to think about it. Hmm? These are all you need to look into your areas. Okay. So if you see currently, let's suppose
And
ADI,
one question, Sai, as you mentioned that AS2 and different, I don't know what the terminology was exactly,
AS2,
which you mentioned is in
SFTP.
North America, it's more famous. Yeah. So is it very
Yeah.
different from each other, or like suppose if I some
It's
company
more
needs
or
the other
less
features?
similar. Standards are same.
Okay, because it's not like if the other company want to do it in different way, then I have to learn everything from scratch or something like that. Not right.
It's not a scratches for everyone. Okay.
Okay.
You are in the world of EDI. Okay. EDI is common for everyone. But only the thing is a minor corrections. Okay. Like
Hmm.
the wording how you utilize that is going to be changed. That's it. Okay.
Okay.
And Sai, what is the plan to start this course?
This course is going to start from Monday. Okay. So we are starting our course with the introduction of EDA onwards, and the course period is expecting for 45 days. Okay. How quickly you guys are learning, based on that it will be continued. It may extend the dates. I'm not sticking to the 45 days. Okay. It may
Are you
extend.
planning to do session every day or uh, two
The
sessions
planning
a
of
week,
session
three sessions?
will be every day. Saturday,
Mm-hmm.
Sunday will not be there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But every day morning will be there. Okay. And it is a
Every
1
day,
hour.
your
Yeah.
your morning or your evening?
My morning. I mean, the current time, whatever we are looking at, I will give you the exact time when it is going to be start. Okay.
Instead of
And it will
morning,
be the,
can we do it in the evening?
I am working professional and I have a, I
Yeah,
need to
evening
spend.
also doesn't work for me. So